PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code Cajun, all caps, C-A-J-U-N, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with our PWCC weekly auction. I've already forgot number 112. This auction ended last night, March 10th, and we have some absolutely mesmerizing, fascinating results. Some amazingly good, like eye-popping, astonishingly confusing good, and then some horrifically bad. I'll let you decide what the good and what the bad is. But we've got, I'm going to do the top 48 today. I'm also going to take you on a little lesson of Yugoslavian basketball as a little side note here in just a second, because we had a really interesting foreign piece sell in the top 48. But we're going to go through the top 48 like we always do. We're going to look up about 15 of them in card ladder, including the top 3, which is really interesting to say the least. Who was at the top spot? You guys have to watch to the end of the video to find out, or fast forward if you want to be a cheater. But let's get going here. Let me share with you. I'm a little jammed up, so we're going to try to go super quick. First card we'll look at is a 98 Skybox Molten Metal Fusion, numbered to 250, Rodman PSA 8. That card does $1,590. And then the next card we absolutely have to look up, because this is not a rare Jordan insert, but is it in PSA 10, the 1996 Fleer. Stackhouse's all Fleer Michael Jordan, card number 4, PSA 10 does $1,620. I've got it in card ladder here. Let's look at it together. That is not it. There it is. Sorry, that is out of order. Now we got it. That's the card. I've got sales history pulled up. This is the highest price ever paid for these cards. Last night's $1,620, finished 4th. Some whack job in 2021 paid $3,650 for a copy of this card, allegedly. I hope that wasn't paid, but it might have been paid. I don't know. It's in the card ladder sales history. Again, I can never verify all of these things have or have not been paid, so don't shoot the messenger with that crap, okay, guys? Please. I get messages all the time like, you idiot, that wasn't paid, it was relisted. I can't do it. I can't do it for all the cards. I'm trying to give you the top 48 sales. I can't go vet all 48 sales, so I do apologize. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just the conduit of information. You guys got to dig if it's a card that you actually care about. It would be diminishing returns for me to go through all 48 and figure out if they were paid, or if the last one was paid, or if the comps are legit, or if this 9.5 really is a 9.5, or this 8 really looks like an 8. I'm not going to be able to do all that stuff for you, so bear with me. I'm going to do my best just to kind of give you a general cursory overview, generally speaking. So if you also see me look at a chart now, it looks to me like a card's going up. If you have a reason that the card went up and I didn't share it with the audience, absolutely, I would encourage you to comment below and shed some light on it, because I just don't have the time in the day to do that. I'm trying to do this as a courtesy and a service and kind of let everybody keep their finger on the pulse of the hobby, but I can't, again, examine every single graph and determine whether or not it's viable or not. So always welcome comments as long as they're constructive. And most of the time they are. 99.9% of the time they are. And if they're not, I'm just going to block you because life's too short. So and that's for people, not that disagree with me, but for people that are just absolute assholes. If you're going to be an asshole, then I'm just going to block you. That's a strike one policy that I've got on that, because, again, life's too short, and that's just the way it is. So getting back to the card that we were talking about, the 96 Fleer Stackhouse All Fleer. Pretty cool. $1,620 last night is the 4th highest price ever paid for this card. Anybody who says that Jordan stuff's not running recently is not paying attention. The PSA 10s, specifically, inserts in the parallels, are moving, and we're going to see more evidence of that later on in this video as well. And then I've got some other stuff that I'm going to post on Instagram. Another Jordan card last night doubled the all-time record, which was astonishing as well. But anyway, $1,620 last night. The last one on eBay was $1,691, a little less than a half a month ago, a couple weeks ago. And then before that, you're $1,136, $1,725. So why is this card so valuable when, you know, you can probably find a raw copy for what? Or let's just put in PSA 8. You know, a PSA 8 copy, $20. That should give you an idea that the card's not raw. Let's look at the pop report on Card Ladder. Just click the little book button. Here you go. This is the pop report for Beckett and PSA. 373 copies graded with PSA. Honestly, it's not because there's only 373 out there, it's probably because the card was never worth enough to merit grading. As you guys just saw, a PSA 8 is about a $20 card. A PSA 10 we just saw sold for over $1,600. And this is the reason. It's a 5% gem rate. You have a 1 in 20 chance. And so that is that dissuades many people. It prevents them and precludes them from grading these cards unless they are damn sure it looks like a 10. And even then, PSA is going to kick you in the testicles and give you a 9. But a PSA 10 is a Pop 20 card. And so for that reason, that's how you get to the numbers that we saw, $1,600. Next, we got a really awesome card. I love this card. I know it's not the rarest thing in the world, but it is the Shaq rookie from 1992 Upper Deck. This was about when I started to get out of collecting cards because of college and girls, and the same story that everybody else tells. 1,620. There's a 1 and a 1B. The 1B is the trade card, the redemption card. This is the 1, which is the rookie card. And so this Shaq and the PSA old label sell for $1,620, just like the Jordan card that we looked at. And here's the chart on that card. That's down. That is the lowest this card sold for in the last 3 months. If we look at 6 months, it is it's down there, but it's not the lowest. Over the last 6 months, the card looks flat to me. 344 pop in a PSA 10 for you Shaq collectors out there. We got a John Morant optic red ball coming out of hands, brace on hand, teal jersey. There's a million different words that need to go in there, and they never fit in there. But anyway, it's a PSA 10 card. They did not grade the autograph for whatever reason. 1,680. Those were numbered to 149. Next, we got a guy who's sort of toiling in mediocrity. Like, people are not paying much attention to Paolo Banchero. The Magic are good, not great. Paolo Banchero has been pretty damn good, but not great. Not like, MVP conversation great. And so for whatever reason, he and a guys like Cade Cunningham, these are number 1 draft picks overall that are putting up pretty freaking good numbers. I think if you go look at, I think Paolo Banchero is like 25, 7, and 5 or something like that. It's pretty freaking good numbers for a 21-year-old in the NBA who is becoming the face of his franchise along with Franz Wagner. But this BGS 9.5 contenders ticket, the finals, serial number to 49, BGS 9.5 does $1,740. Curious to see which of these two cards would you rather have. They sold for almost the same. Would you go with the John Morant red optic blah blah blah, or the Paolo Banchero contenders the finals blah 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 for $1,700 if you had to choose between the two? I'm probably going to go with neither. But let's look at the Zion Williamson blue, serial number to 199. This was a humongous card. You guys are about to see a chart. If you are faint of heart, or if there are children in the room, cover their eyes, put them to bed, get them out of the room, because I'm about to show you a horrific story about a player that came out of the gates at the wrong time, at the wrong place, and decided to sit the wrong number of games for like 4 seasons. But now he's actually killing it. He's actually performing really well, and he's been relatively durable. We have not heard about a severe Zion Williamson injury in months. I probably just jinxed my home state Pelicans by saying that, and I'm going down. I'm taking my son Jordan down there to watch him on Wednesday. I'm going to take my wife, Mrs. Cajun, the Cajun Queen, down there on Saturday to watch them. I think we're going to see the Cavs on Wednesday, and then the Pelicans versus the what's left of the Portland Trailblazers, or whatever their G League team is called, plus Anthony Simons on Saturday. But this is Zion Williamson blue PSA 10, serial number to 199, does $1,830. Look at this chart. I pulled up the all-time because I just wanted to show you how X-rated it is. Somebody paid $21,000 for this card. Again, Pop 36. Pop's not the issue on this card, right? Serial number to 199, Pop 36 and PSA 10. That's not the issue. The issue is when. March 23rd, 2021, and then today. $1,830 is the lowest this card has ever sold for in a PSA 10 slab. Ever. Like, even from the very first one. The first one that ever came out that was graded sold for $10,000. This card is sold for $1,830. So, where is the bottom? That's the question that I pose to you guys. I'll elicit your comments below. But Zion Williamson has been a completely forgotten man in the card collecting hobby. And I'll be honest with you, it is color match. It's Prism. I mean, after you go the black and the Nebula, the gold, and maybe the Mojo, after that, you get to the point where the blue 199 color match, a pretty big freaking card. That's a pretty damn important Prism card of Zion Williamson. $1,830. Which card would you most want to have on this row? That's an interesting question. I don't know. Refractor Topps Chrome LeBron James, heard of him? $1,830 for this base chrome. It's a minimum gem with a 9 for the edges. We got a Zion Williamson patch autograph from 2019. This is a rookie patch autograph, serial number 2 to 25. This BGS 9 does 1860. And then we've got the card that everybody should recognize. Michael Jordan's first ever refractor card. It's a PSA 9. Do your own research and make your own conclusions on whether it's greening or not. I'm not getting into all that shit because, honest to God, almost every single one of these finest refractors look green to me. I think there is an element of it that is supposed to be green. It is sort of all of the colors of the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, like we learned in kindergarten, red, orange, yellow, green, indigo, blue, violet, right, or whatever in some order. $1,950 for that PSA 9 Jordan, first ever refractor. 2019 Select Neon Orange Pulsar Prism Ja Morant PSA 10, no grade for the auto. That card does 2,040. Another Zion patch auto, 1 of 1 from Panini Certified, does BGS 8 does 2,250, and then a flawless Giannis patch auto does 2,280. That is a 2017 serial number 25 PSA 9. Pop 1, only one PSA 10 exists. We've got a dual patch auto. There's not a lot of correlation between these guys. Their games were not correlative. Their attitudes were not correlative. The quantity of cocaine that probably found its way into George Gervin's system far exceeded that of Kobe Bryant, to the best of my knowledge. But George Gervin was one cool-ass cat, and he had a filthy, smooth, slick game. And I remember as a kid having the poster of him sitting on the ice blocks. And, the Iceman poster. If you haven't heard of it, go Google it. I'm sure you can find it. I would love to have all those old posters back from the early 80s that I had. They were almost all Converse. But 2007 Ultimate Collection, dual patch autograph, serial number 25, Kobe and the great Iceman. Serial number 25 does 2370. The Doc sticker PSA 10 does 2400. That's about par for the course. I'm not going to pull up the chart. And then the pistol, 8.5 SGC rookie from 1970 Topps Tall Boy does 2400. Right after that, we've got a black gold Moses Moody. By the way, where has Moses Moody gone, right? We're talking about Podziemski, we're talking about Kuminga, and Moody was supposed to be the third guy where they were saying, hey, this freaking, dynasty is going to go on forever. They're going to win, 8 out of the next 10 titles with these young guys because they're going to transition right into the next big three. Well, guess what? They're not. And those are decent little players, and, you guys know I'm pretty down on Kuminga, and I think it's a bunch of freaking, empty stats. But the 2021 Moses Moody, who looks to be the third wheel, the forgotten folk here, who should probably be on the trade block. I mean, if I was his agent, I'd want this guy to go get some minutes because we still don't really know if he can play. I know he's shown flashes. 25-20 for this serial numbered 4 out of 5, pop 1, black gold. Let me know where you are on black gold versus gold. Obviously, we know black 1 of 1 is going to, rule the day in the nebula, but gold versus black gold, gold is twice as common or twice the print run, but I think most people will probably pay more for the gold than the black gold. Maybe I'm crazy, but it seems that way just on some of the data that I've seen that's out there. 9.5 Kobe Chrome rookie card with Rasho in the background, 25-20 purple retro employee exclusive Michael Jordan PMG pink or purple. I don't know what color that is. Whatever color, it looks purple to me. Purple and red doesn't really do it for me, nor do retros, but this one does 2640 for a PSA 9. Right next to that, we got Zion's Downtown from 2019. A lot of Zion so far. 2,640, a Kobe Ultimate Collection signatures from 2003. BGS 9 with a 10 for the auto does 2640. And then here's a card we're going to look up because when I looked at this card, I know what the Barkley PMG Red's worth. It's worth tens of thousands of dollars. I know that for a fact that it's a 20,000 plus card. Unquestionably, right? We can look it up if we need to. But this 98 Skybox Premium, I know it's a 98, not 97, and I know it's a Star Rubies, not a PMG Red, but the PMG Reds, there's 90 of them. The Star Rubies from 98, there are 50 of them, and this one is a PSA 7, which is a really good grade for these cards. It is a Pop 2 with only 4 graded higher. It does 2760, and to me, that seemed really low, so I pulled it up. It's actually the second most anybody has ever paid for that card on a public platform. There's the card right right there. Sorry, I had the double treble up. A BGS 9 in 2021, which was Peak City, right? Sold for $3,000. This one sells for not that much less, $2,760. So this will be the second highest sale ever paid. If we sort this thing by date sold, that's a really good sale. You just don't see it very often. 3 times it's sold since 2021. That's the kind of scarcity that we talk about when we talk about 90s card collecting. So good sale there for the seller, and obviously a great pickup for whoever that Barkley collector is. Or maybe it's a set collector. Who knows? If you're crazy enough to try to put that set together, you're crazier than I am. 1980 Topps Bird Irving Magic. We see one of these in every single auction. This is a PSA 6, 9 for the auto, 2880. Zion Immaculate RPA. This is serial number to only 10, so this is a whatever you want to call it, parallel gold. You can tell by the gold patch window trim right there, but this 8.5 does 3,000, and then another Kobe patch auto does 3120. And here's where I need to take you on a little history lesson, because I was like, PWCC, look, you made a mistake. You got a Radavoje Korach in your basketball cards, and he's clearly an auto driver, right? He clearly races Formula One. But then I was like, well, maybe I'm the one. Maybe I need to do some digging on Radavoje Korach. And so I pulled him up on Wikipedia. And here he is over here in these nut huggers and this leotard that he's wearing. And a nice little onesie outfit you got right there. He's got the body. I mean, he's got the body to show it off, right? So don't give him any grief about that. But apparently, this dude was sort of like a legend. He passed away at the age of 30 or 31, I believe, and 30. And again, I still don't know how to pronounce his name. It looks like his name was misspelled on the card because they've got an E on here, and they've got an E on the actual card itself. But on Wikipedia, there's no E on the end, so maybe that's a Serbian thing. I don't know. But he's a Serbian and Yugoslav basketball player who represented Yugoslavia, and he has the all-time EuroLeague record for most points in a game. And guess what it was? 99 points. He scored 99 in a game, and one time he made 100 out of 100 free throws on live television just to show off what a badass he is. So I get the Drazen Petrovic type vibe, and I know he's different. He's not the same guy, but passed away too early. What could have been? He sort of predated that Euro explosion in the NBA. But anyway, FIBA apparently named him one of the 50 greatest FIBA players of all time. So that's a rare card. It's a pop 1, none higher. So somebody out there with a lot more European, or I shouldn't say European, just international basketball knowledge than I have, decided it was time to pounce on that Korach. You're welcome. Free education right there. I educated myself as well because I thought it was just some dude who, raced open. He was an open wheel racing auto driver. I had no idea. 1986 Fleer Ewing sticker PSA 10 does 3360. I don't think there's anything really to see on that one. No, I didn't even look it up. Tim Duncan and Shaq dual autograph from Stadium Club in 2000 does 3,480. That's a cool card. And then let's look up this 98 Finest Refractor number 81 Michael Jordan with the great Aaron Williams in the background. But this is the MJ Refractor with no coating the way God intended it. And here's the deal. People, and we're going to look at 2 cards today, okay? And so people are like, why would you take the coating off? It's worth more with the coating. And sometimes that's the case. In fact, here is a great example of where it's the case. The last PSA 10 with coating about a year ago sold for $7,650. This one sold for $3,480. That's half, okay? And this one is without the coating. Without the coating, look at the pop report. There are with coating, there are 7. Without coating, there are 18. And so that has something to do with it, about 2.5 times as many without coating as with coating, so that affects the price. Let me know how you would prefer the card with or without coating. But if you're looking at the card without coating, that's actually a really good sale of $34.80. Anyway, moving along, we got a Jordan 86 Fleer 57 rookie. It looks actually pretty damn good here. You'd have to go check out the heat map that's provided by Mike Baker and Associates within the card. I'm not going to get into that. I've done it many times. But if you ever want to look at one of these raw cards really up close, you can zoom in, you can look at the heat map, you can get Mike Baker's opinion on what the condition of the card is, and you can maybe play that game where you buy raw, grade, and flip. And by the way, I'm just now noticing my neck is super, super bright red. I spent about 12 hours on the soccer fields this weekend watching my 2 kids play soccer. 9 games out in the Baton Rouge sun will cause me to change colors. You guys, if you pay attention on these videos, you'll see I'm going to change colors over the next probably 30 days as my pasty white skin gets acclimated to the Baton Rouge humidity and the blazing sun that basically reflects off me right now. But at some point I'll start to absorb it and change colors. 1998 Skybox Premium Soul of the Game PSA 10, a card everybody should be familiar with. Definitely a card that appears in the as does the 98 Finest Refractor number 81. But this Soul of the Game appears certainly, and again, a lot of people don't know this, but like these color changes in the background, see how it goes red, orange, blue, or red, purple, blue, green, yellow, orange. That changes on each card. So you could have 3 of these and they all 3 look different as that color changes from top to bottom in the background, which I think is a really cool feature of this card. I've got it pulled up. There it is. It's actually not a great sale. 4,080 last night. 4,450 was the last sale. Over the last 3 months, it's down 14%. Pop 60 is not that many of them out there. So that just gives you an idea, like not all Jordan PSA 10s are running. Maybe it's a good time to pick up certain ones. You guys got to do your own research. And that goes for Kobe, and that goes for Shaq, and that goes for Chris Webber, who we're about to talk about. 2003 Topps Chrome, LeBron base Topps Chrome PSA 10 does 4,200. And then I didn't realize Webber even had a card that was this valuable other than PMG's. His 93 Finest Refractor rookie card, and it looks green to me. Again, that 93 Finest always looks green to me. I mean, it's really hard to find a crystal clear one. This is a Pop 12. So you're talking about, I guess, Weber's greatest rookie card, greatest non-serial numbered rookie card. Does he have a serial numbered rookie card or an autograph rookie card? I don't know, because I don't collect Chris Webber, because I think he's kind of a fake, to be quite honest with you. He's kind of a fake tough guy. 4,320 for this Webber PSA 10. I got it pulled up because I was curious about it. It's in the Card Ladder database. Look at the run this card went on, right? Back in 2007, 180 bucks. This card got all the way up to 43.51. Last night it sold for 43.20, so second highest price ever paid for this Chris Webber card. Again, it is a Pop 12. I bet the gem rate's low. What do you think? 3.99%. It's actually not that common of a card in and of itself. Those refractors are pretty rare little bastards back then from 1993. But there's your chart right there. If we kind of shrink this to the last 2 years, guess what? It hadn't sold. And that has a lot to do with why it has substantiated the last comp, is because it hasn't sold in the last 2 years. And when you don't see cards come to market in a voluminous nature, you're going to see cards hold their value better. We're still figuring that out in the hobby. The whole world is. 94 Finest Jordan Refractor PSA 10. So everybody knows about the first Jordan Refractor, the 93. We looked at a PSA 9 copy earlier for about $1,800. This is the 94 Finest PSA 10 Refractor, no coating. Again, the way God intended it, right? The way Topps intended it by stating on there, peel this dumb coating off. 4,400. I'm gonna get hate comments for that. I wanted to pull this up, so I've got it pulled up here. This is an example of where it's not so much coating is always worth more. Check it out. The 94 Jordan Refractor with coating, Pop 146. The 94 Finest Jordan Refractor without coating, Pop 41. Look at the difference, right? Look at the value difference. There's not any, right? They're the same value. It has to do more with Pop than preference. And the reason I know that is because I've put polls on my YouTube channel, and the input in the vast majority of cases on coating or no coating is 50-50. I know that sounds crazy that something so important could be split right down the middle 50-50, but it is. And so here, let's look at the card without the coating. There you go, right on the number. Nothing to talk about. Pop 41 without coating, and there it is right there. We hit the nail on the head with that card. It went for exactly what we thought. So another Jordan PSA 10 that's not necessarily running wild and out of control. A 96 Fleer Akeem Olajuwon. I love it because there's no H on his name yet. He changes it, adds the H later, for those of you too young to remember that. Here he is posting up some shitty Laker. That's not worthy, so I can say it's probably a shitty Laker because it's not worthy, it's not Kareem. 1980, some crappy Laker big man. Number 82 rookie card, 4560 for that Dream. 1985 Mercante Miguel Jordan Balconcesto Azul PSA 5 does 4,560 for that little munchkin card. And then here's a way, and I've talked about this card before, and I used to own it, and I can't even remember if I still have this card. It's the 2003 Topps LeBron James First Edition, right? So a parallel to the base. It's not just the regular base Topps, it's the First Edition, and significantly more rare. This card took a beating just like every other LeBron card, specifically rookie cards for sure. $4,800 for this first edition LeBron. Let's look it up on Card Ladder. Can we? There we go. There's the chart. It's actually up. So it jumped from the last sale. This is actually way up, all the way dating back to January. So just since this year began, the card was at $4,340. Now it's up to $4,800. That's 5 sales in this calendar year. Here's the deal. It's only a pop 125, so significantly more rare than the regular tops. Look, if I pull up the base, what do you think the pop's going to be on the base paper LeBron James? 125 for the first edition, 2,416. So about 20 times as many out there. And so that's why I say that's probably going to hold its head a little bit better. By the way, I'm just curious, what is the... Wow, look at the paper. The paper is actually up 13% over the last 3 months. I never would have guessed that. And that's with a bad last comp that's coming down here. So interesting stuff. What else do we have on here? Don't worry about it. All right. We'll talk about LeBron another day. Cracked Ice, LaMelo, serial number to 25, PSA 10, Pop 8. Again, completely not on the radar. 4,920 for that one. That's a big number, to be honest with you. BGS 7.5. Jordan rookie does 4,920. And this handsome gentleman who sits near me at the LSU basketball games, Bob Pettit, hand cut. It should be called haircut because it's awesome. But hand cut Bob Pettit, 1955 All-American Sports Club, number 104, PSA 9. Holy crap. I can't even get PSA 9s on cards from 2020. And they're giving these dudes PSA 9s on cards from 1955. That's like 70 years ago. 4,920. Pop 3, none higher. That, my friends, is awesome. If you are a vintage card collector, that's badass right there. To pick up this Pop 3, none higher card from 1955. What's 45 plus 23? 68 years ago for under $5,000? That seems silly. When somebody paid the same price for LaMelo Ball's serial number to whatever, who cares? Cracked Ice, who cares? 1998 Bowman's Best Kobe Atomic Refractor. This is a pretty rare card. Pop 13. These were serial numbered. I know what you're thinking, dude. It's the same one that just sold. They just relisted it because nobody paid the last one. Well, that's not correct. Sorry, my phone's going off. 5,160 for this Kobe Atomic. Check this out. It's not the same card. I looked it up. It's a different cert number. The last one sold for 5,280. This one sells for 5,160. So down about $100, but I'd consider that pretty much right on the number of the last one. But look at this. That's not great because the sales before that were 7,500, 5,600, 5,700, 6,700, 7,000, 8,000. So you're talking about a card that seems to be trending down, and it's a Pop 13 serial numbered atomic refractor of one of the 3 greatest shooting guards that ever lived, serial number to 100. That's a pretty crazy card right there. 5,160 for that. We got a random James Harden that's impeccable autograph, something numbered to 9. It does 5,520. I don't understand that. Somebody comment below what I'm missing. Does that mean something? Is somebody trying to collect a set? Is that something special that I don't understand? I haven't seen a James Harden card of any type in the top 50 on PWCC Weeklies in like a year. So what is happening here? Somebody tell me why this card sold for 5,520, which is about the same as the Kobe next to it. The same old LeBron, number to 750 SPX, does 5,760. That's a BGS 910 for the auto. The Barkley PSA 10 rookie does 6,600. LeBron, this is a big card. LeBron Gold Refractor, BGS 9.5, Pop 13, no BGS 10s, so highest in class. Serial number to 39, and it's gold, does 7,500. That's an awesome card right there. I love that pickup right there. Whoever bought that card is going to get the last laugh one day. I don't have it. I don't own it. I don't have a dog in the hunt. I'm a Jordan over LeBron guy, so I'm not biased. I'm just telling you that's a meaningful card in the long run. Somebody's going to be really glad they have it. Interlake 9.5 Jordan. This is a mixed gem with a 9 for surface and a 10 for edges, I believe, and 9.5 for corners and centering. Does 11,700. I did pull up the Interlake. There it is. It's only sold 3 times in the last year. You know why? There's only 36 BGS 9.5s. I do have this card in this grade, so I am happy about that. And a proud owner of this card. But the last sale was 15.5, and this sale comes all the way down to 11.7. If we look at it, you can always look, and this is where you got to do your own research. I don't know if it's going to pull up a picture so we can look at the comps. Oh, it did. Okay, so the 15.5 was also a mixed gem. Interesting. So this is really not a great sale for this card, it looks like. Interesting. So card down, down from 15.5 to 11,700. Interesting. Top row, here we go, our top three. Kobe, Jordan, and the great Wilt Chamberlain. The envy of many men out there for his exploits off the court back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and probably the 90s, to be quite honest with you, knowing Wilt. $15,000 for this PSA 7.5 from 1961 Fleer. Everybody knows that's the racially insensitive red Indian Philadelphia Warriors rookie card. 7.5 half grades. How do you guys feel about half grades? I don't know. I don't really care. I would rather the 7.5 than the 7 back in vintage stuff if I was a vintage collector, but I know some people just don't. They refuse to settle on half grades. They want the 7 or the 8. They don't want the 7.5. There's only 13 because half grades are less common than the regular. If we look at the PSA 7s, sorry, let me do this. If we look at the PSA 7s, it's going to be a much higher pop. I'm just going to go ahead and go out on a limb. But the 7.5, and again, we're starting from an exceptional 38,000 eye appeal copy. And if you look at this chart, this is a sort of exhibit A for those out there who would aver that the PWCC eye appeal stickers do in fact matter. You'll see the card has sold 6 times over the last 2 years, and by far the 2 highest sales are the 2 cards that had the PWCC eye appeal sticker. In fact, those are the only cards that ever sold over 20,000, and they sold for over 30,000. This one last night sells for only 15,000. That seems like a good pickup for the buyer, and let me tell you why, because I haven't clicked this yet, but I bet that the number goes up significantly from 15,000 when we change it to a PSA 8. That's a lot more, $38,900, and trending upward recently, it looks like, for a PSA 8. And again, half grades may have something to do with it, or maybe, you know, they just don't think this is a good 7.5. I don't know. 15,000 looks like a pretty bad sale last night for that card. Pretty good purchase for the buyer. And here's just a card where grade is everything, right? This is a Jordan card that I picked up for a few $100 in an 8.5 because that's where I collect my star cards. But this is the best of the best. It's actually best of the new old. The 1986 star, best of the new old Michael Jordan rookie. I don't know why it's called a rookie, but it is. I really don't know why that says rookie on there. That is not a rookie. That doesn't make any sense. BGS 10 makes it a pop 2. $16,200. I do have this weirdo card pulled up. Look at this. Is that the highest price ever paid? I would say yes, by $10,200. By some magnitude, the most ever paid for any best of the new old Michael Jordan card, and they are all 9.5s down here. It doesn't look like the 10 sold anytime recently. But look at the highest prices ever paid. It caps at $6,000, and then this BGS 10 copy, which puts you as the best copy in the world, along with one other gentleman or lady out there that owns it. Of course, the real talk of this card is Kelly Tripucka's ass cheeks shoved into these like shiny little blue nut huggers. It's disgusting. I don't know if, well, I guess it's disgusting from my perspective, but Tripucka chose to wear those shorts. He chose to have that delicious glistening perm. He chose to try to go up and block Jordan's jump shot with 2 hands. For those of you who don't remember Kelly Tripucka, he was a very good college player at the University of Notre Dame. He was a very good scorer in the pros, but he was never going to block Michael Jordan's shot. He could have jumped off a trampoline and not blocked Michael Jordan's shot, but he's going up with 2 hands just to bother Jordan, but he's only about 2 feet away from contesting. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. $16,200 is a big-ass sale for that card. That's what I'm getting at. And then the big winner, and it's not particularly close, the winner of the auction, I should say, we're going to look together to see if it was a good sale or a bad sale or just get your opinions. It's a BGS 8, 9 for the auto, copy way off center to the left and off card. That's going to hurt. I don't collect autograph cards, but I know that's not a good thing. And Kobe could have done better on that. $29,400 for this 2003 first year, inaugural year of the Exquisite Collection limited logos. One of the greatest insert sets in the world. It is. 2003 limited logos is just plain freaking badass. They look great. They're worth $1 bazillion. This one does $29,400 as an 8.9. Let's pull it up. Here it is. This is the card, 29.4. I've got it sorted by date sold. This is obviously going to be the lowest price in a long time because 8.9 is not exactly the greatest grade. Here's an 8.510. And again, patch matters on these, right? We're not just talking about the card on these things. Sometimes the patch matters. Look at this patch. what the hell? That's a significantly different patch than this patch, which is also a good patch, but my God, that's a very different patch. And there's also a reason that that card is an 810 sold for $41,000, right? So you got to look at the grade, you got to look at the actual auto, you got to look at where the auto is located. Look where the auto's on that. Look where the auto is on the one last night. It's just drastically different. So I'll let you guys do your own research. I'm not an RPA expert, but big Kobe card, big sale, limited logos, a big ass insert set from 2003, exquisite. So what do you think in the comments? Are cards going up? Are cards going down? There's been a lot of conjecture recently. The cards are starting to move again. Cards are going up and to the right. Got a little bit of evidence of this. We got a little bit of evidence of that. And so I would say mixed results last night in the PWCC Weekly number 112, but hopefully you enjoyed this little journey we went on. Kobe, Jordan, Wilt, Jordan, LeBron, Barkley, LeBron, James F. Harden, Kobe Bryant, and this handsome devil, Bob Pettit, round out your top 10. Who would have thought Bob Pettit and James Harden would fall in the top 10 of last night's PWCC Weekly auction, but they did. Thank you guys, as always, for watching this. I hope I'm getting your week off to a great start. I hope you have a great week in and out of the hobby. Comment below. I love to get your thoughts on it. The one thing you can do to support the channel is look into PWCC buying and selling. There are ways you can buy and sell on PWCC and support the Cajun Cardboard channel. It's no money out of your pocket. It's in the YouTube description. If you're looking to buy or sell in these PWCC Weekly auctions, you can do it with my affiliate link or my promo code and support the channel. No skin off your back and no trouble either. And also, there's two other ways you can help the channel. A, hit the like button, and B, hit the subscribe button. If you're watching these videos, you may as well subscribe. And then if you hit the bell icon, you'll know when they drop. Every single Monday, you're gonna get the PWCC Weekly recap. So thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.